So welcome back to another video. I've already started this paint and I'm going to finish it off. The reason I'm showing it is because I've got some new paint that I'm very excited about. First time I've tried this, it's the Daniel Smith. It's the green Apatite Genuine, or Apatite, depends which way you want to say it. So green Apatite Genuine, it's a mineral. It's part of the Prima Tek watercolor series. With mineralization inside of there, and I've watched the video about it and got very excited when I saw the granulating properties. Now I've put some of the paint just here, just there in this palette where I tend to mix up most of my greens. Here we've got some foliage that I'm gonna use with this paint, and we've got a fence, and then we've got some trees. So this is where I'm gonna come in. I'm going to try it with this synthetic brush. It's a Pro Art number 12 round. So let's just try this. It's going to be quite strong, I think. Not quite. There we go. Very liquid. That's great. I'll dot that in, and we should get some granulating effects off of this. So I might leave a few little specks of light in here. Just pop this in. And I know this paint straight out of the tube, which all of this can go quite dark. So if I just put in the hedgerow there, and then try and pop some of this paint, oh wow, great, in neat. Which some of that is. Just trying to retain some of the white of the paper around there. I'm going to go a little bit darker over here as well, just a touch. Watch that granulate in. Now I've read some reviews online where it says that this paint doesn't mix with other paints fantastically well. I don't know, because I haven't mixed it in with any other paints yet. Just quite excited to see what it's like straight out of the tube. It's semi-transparent, but it's certainly got a punch with the darks, especially straight out. Almost neat. There we go, look at that. I'm going to pop some in on that line underneath where the hedge would be. Try and put in some dry brush as well, see how that works. That's exciting. So there we go, this is Daniel Smith's Apatite Genuine Green mineralized mineral paint. The paint I used in the background here wasn't that, it was again, that was almost straight out of the tube, as they say, but it was from a pan. So these trees in the distance here were from St. Petersburg paints. So that will do for the moment. I'm just going to leave that to do its own thing. But a bit more liquid. Just let it blend and bleed a bit. But on first looks, I'm very impressed. Just pop in and some there. And I might just soften that off here, see what that does just in this area. With some more water to soften it out. I get some nice granulating effects from this paint. So, there we go. So I'm going to just finish off this painting by painting in the fence and then these trees. This is burnt umber. On a number 2 Skoda brush. Some dry brush as well as some more liquid mixture. And then pop in some of these fence posts. Bit of neutral tint just to darken up here to take the eye. Definitely this way. There we go. Okay, and then we'll just pop in these final parts of some trees and twigs and branches coming out. Mix this up with dry and wet. Need to have these quite dark to create an impact and push everything back, but also not all the same, bit of variation, otherwise it becomes a little bit too predictable. We've talked about trees, branches, twiggery before. Some artists, like the late great Roland Hilda, quite elaborate in the amount of twiggery. Others, like Edward Seago, very sparse, very minimal. It's just down to the individual artist, to be honest. How they want to portray their trees, because in reality there's a lot of twiggery. That'll probably do it. I will just pop in some of the green mixture here, which is not the Daniel Smith's. This is some leftovers. It's cadmium yellow with some umber and a bit of granulation mixture in there. I don't want to spoil the light in this, and I just want to hint at some foliage. Kind of, it'll be easy to overdo it. You can hear the sort of dryness. Let's just touch some of this in and see what happens. This will be interesting. leave that because I quite like the light going in here. Go a bit darker by adding some Payne's grey at the end, but certainly not everywhere. Just let it blend and bleed in. So it's important to try and get light coming through where you can. So that'll do for the moment. Let's just see how this does mix up with other mixtures added to it. There's Daniel Smith. Be interesting to see, won't it? So the final thing to do on this painting is I've popped in a few birds with a permanent black marker, watercolor marker pen, and I'm just going to take this small flat brush and some quite dry mixture of this burnt umber, and just pop in some tracks and some sort of just some bits really. I'm just picking up also a touch of neutral tint as well for some darker. Trying to preserve the light all the time underneath as the light's coming this way. And having the eye go all the way into this gate. I could put a figure and pop a figure down there walking a dog and all that kind of thing, but I quite like it in its the only life in there are the birds. Well, actually trees are alive, aren't they? But you know what I mean. So just the birds as the kind of the eyes leading into where the gate is, and then we've got these other layers going on back. So in the far distance we've got these bluer trees just as silhouettes and shapes, and coming forward darker still, even darker here with the Daniel Smith, and then the trees here to push this all back again, and then obviously the field with sort of tracks going forward. This is nice the way this is granulated as well. So final thing to do, as always when we get near the end, is just to take off the tape and have a little look underneath. The paper for this is a Whatman, which is really hard to get hold of now. As I've said before, I've got some of this left from many years ago. There is a paper out there called Milford by St Cuthbert's Mill, who make Bockingford and Saunders Waterford, and they've used the recipe from this Whatman paper, and it is very similar, but I have reviewed it, so somewhere on my YouTube channel you will find a review comparing Whatman paper with the Milford. And there we go. Final thing, I just want to have a look at this granulation on the Daniel Smith, the Apatite Genuine Green, and we can really clearly see it, can't we? Coming off the bush here, where where it's much wetter, and yeah, fantastic granulation there, really unusual, and also very powerful straight out of the tube on the dark. So I think this is something I'm going to use probably straight out of the tube and use it the way I have here when needs be. But yeah, first impressions, fantastic. Could be a keeper, this one. So thanks very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, to like, to comment, and we'll see you again next time. Happy painting.